Let's cut to the chase. This is DonutSMP. It's the second most popular Minecraft server in the world, only slightly behind Hypixel, seeing anywhere from 20 to 40,000 concurrent players daily, owned by famous YouTuber Dr. Donut. Behind the scenes of this server is a $1 million black market, the biggest of any Minecraft server there is. And no, I am not exaggerating. Tens of thousands of dollars in real money is bought and sold every week here, with some players making up to 20k per month and living off of selling Minecraft items to others. This is a Minecraft server where you can literally buy bases, fully automatic farms, redstone troubleshooting, rare item stashes, and any service you can think of for real money on websites set up just to do so. I literally paid a 14-year-old $10 to skip school and build me an underground base. I wish I was kidding. I could not believe what I found out about the server's unique economy, something unlike I've ever seen before. And what's even crazier is that it's recently been uncovered that the server's biggest item supplier may secretly be a server admin who was caught using creative mode to spawn in items, of which he sells for tens of thousands of dollars every month. I really need to reiterate that I can't believe what I've walked into here, and I can't wait to share it with you all. For those of you not already familiar with the DonutSMP, it's a SMP server where you can PvP, grief, and raid others, sort of like an anarchy server but with a few rules and restrictions. The main thing people do on the server is create underground bases with large farms to make money so they can buy gear and crystal PvP until their heart's content. Sounds straightforward, right? Well, not quite, as what makes the server unique is the fact that all the server's 20 to 40,000 concurrent players are actually in the same world using a custom server sharding system. Created by the server's lead developer, this system essentially allows regions of the world to be run on separate but connected individual servers, which is how so many players can be supported at once. The other thing that makes the server really unique is its big focus on PvP. While the server is an SMP, they have many dual or practice server features, such as their RTPQ, where you can teleport to the wilderness and fight a player 1v1, as well as duels where you can also fight a player 1v1, both of which where you can lose your gear or take your opponents to keep. And what's really great about the server is its ethical monetization, whereby the server has very little, if any, pay-to-win goods available for purchase on their store, the only notable advantageous purchase being its crates, which have maxed gear, which, mind you, do not have any RNG involved whatsoever. They are non-gambling crates. The server has no pay-to-win gambling whatsoever, and has even taken action to try to prevent player-run third-party casinos too. You have to give them a lot of credit for that. But this is where things get very interesting, as while the server is mostly non-pay-to-win, the server's player base has created an expansive third-party marketplace of its own, where tens of thousands of real-world dollars in items are sold daily. As is popular on many other big Minecraft servers, DonutSMP has an IRL or real money trading scene, whereby in-game items and balance are bought and sold by players to players on third-party discords, websites, and marketplaces. But what makes Donut's IRL market so incredibly unique is not only the insane money that can be made here, but also the sheer size of these markets. But first, this video is sponsored by Raycon. Christmas is just around the corner, and rather than wasting your money on crates on a Minecraft server, only to end up with coal, literally, spend your hard-earned cash on a pair of Raycon's essential open earbuds so you can hear yourself losing money in fantastic clarity. The one thing I really like about Raycon's essential open earbuds from using them is that you can still hear what's going on around you. Regular earbuds and headphones normally block out everything, which makes walking or using them in public places pretty dodgy. They are also very lightweight. This ear hook rotates so that you can comfortably put them in your ear. I use them when doing things around the house away from my computer so that I can still hear when my base is being raided and rush back without any discomfort. Perfect. The essential open earbuds are here for the holiday season, and they are selling fast. Raycon audio products are up to 20% off this holiday season. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/TheMisterEpic to save on Raycon audio products site-wide. Order by December 15th to guarantee delivery by Christmas, because great gifts shouldn't shop late. You see, IRL trading is against Minecraft's guidelines, and as such, basically all servers, including Donut, have rules against it and strictly disallow it, as well as banning players caught doing so. But at the the end of the day, there is only so much they can do, especially when these IRL trades take place behind closed doors or on third-party platforms anonymously, which the server has no control over. So for better or for worse, alongside Donut's huge growth, a huge black market has formed as well. Items like elytras sell for anywhere from $5 to $30 per, and dragon heads anywhere from $2 to $3. The best spawners on the server are skeleton spawners and iron golem spawners, with skeleton spawners being the most frequently used. Individual skeleton spawners go for a few cents each, with a full shulker worth as high as $80, and iron golem spawners go for similar. A stack of netherite blocks can sell for anywhere from $60 to $120, and maxed netherite tools or gear can individually sell for a few dollars per piece. You can even find people selling $10 to $100 bundles of useful items in packs like typical mobile games do. In-game money is worth about $40 per billion, although can fluctuate as high as $80 for such. If we average that out to $60 for 1 billion, that means the two richest players on the server right now, Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, yes, that's their actual usernames, have about $14,000 and $12,900 real-world dollars respectively sitting on their accounts in in-game money. And there are hundreds of players who have thousands of real-world dollars in in-game money too, pretty crazy. You might be thinking at this point, why are these items even worth money in the first place? Can't most of them just be obtained normally through gameplay? Well, you see, because DonutSMP is so popular, over 2.2 million unique players have joined after all, and because their end and nether dimensions are quite small, it means that items like elytras only found naturally in end cities have been mostly plundered already, meaning there aren't many elytras out there left in the wild. This is also why dragon heads have value, and also somewhat the reason why netherite is so valuable too, because the nether is relatively small as well. None of these items can be bought from the in-game shop, so they are limited in quantity. Limited just like how we are limited in how many of you can subscribe before we reach 1 million subs. Make sure you do that, otherwise you might miss your chance for good. No pressure, of course. And if you like servers with ethical monetization, be sure to check out my server's RPG survival mode, which has custom dungeons, vanilla plus classes, and special enchantments called runes with fun abilities. IP is below, both Java and Bedrock can join. And that's just items. What's insanely unique to DonutSMP, which I've never seen on any other Minecraft server before, is the fact that players sell entire bases. Unlike other servers like Cosmic Sky and Minecadia, which we've talked about, who only have IRL trading scenes on third-party Discord servers, DonutSMP's IRL scene is so big that actual websites have been set up just for buying and selling items, like this one here called DonutMarkets. Furthermore, other popular websites infamous for IRL trading in other huge games like Diablo, World of Warcraft, and more, like Eldorado, have entire sections just dedicated to DonutSMP. On Eldorado specifically, which I believe is the biggest marketplace for DonutSMP items, players sell their bases, farms, and item stashes for decent amounts of money. It's like buying real estate, but in Minecraft. Some people were even just selling base locations, like this guy who dug out a large hole underground and is now selling it for $10. Apparently, he had 994 of these underground holes in stock to sell as well. You could buy multiple if you wanted. And some of these bases were not cheap either. There were a few that cost over $100. The way these sellers advertise their farms and bases is hilarious too. They act like a typical finance or crypto bro trying to sell an online course, outlining all the profits you can make and all the benefits of buying. People even sell troubleshooting services, building services, regearing services, and digging services. It was very interesting. I kind of wanted to buy one myself just to see what it was like, so I found this guy selling an ungrievable stash for about $8 and went ahead and bought it. After buying it, the seller had 20 minutes to deliver, and he opened up in our chat by first introducing me to 2026, despite it still being 2025, which was amusing to say the least, but it's a thought that counts, I guess. But then he told me that the bases are sold out and that I needed to get a refund. Why do you still have them listed for sale? I decided to try again and found another base and bought it. This time the guy selling it said he had to go to school and would deliver my base later. My god, I'm literally buying bases from high schoolers in Minecraft. What has my life come to? But then I used my YouTuber clout to get him to be late for school so he could quickly give me my base instead. He hopped online the server and teleported to me, where I then realized he's not selling an existing base, he's building a base for me, which is oddly wholesome. The kid actually decided to skip school to build my base for me, and I learned he's apparently 14 years old and makes about $2,000 per month IRL trading on Donut, which is pretty damn good for a 14-year-old, all things considered. Anyways, as El Dragon got to building my base, he happened to actually find another base, which he TP'd me into, and we looked around and raided together. He then gave me a pick and we continued venturing through the underground as a team, working together to build my base. It was oddly wholesome, just two brave souls trying to survive the wilderness. Eventually, El Dragon even opened up about his struggles to me, like like how he got scammed and had nothing left, trying to work his way back up by selling people bases on the server. He then started building my base as I watched my hard-earned $10 be put to work, and I have to say, when I started writing the script for this video, this is not what I expected I would be doing. Dragon asked me to blur his name so it wouldn't be banned, and I tried to be honest, but it would take way too much work to track it when it's constantly moving. So Dr. Donut or whoever is watching, give my man a pass and don't ban him. He is just a kid who got scammed trying to make ends meet, an honest hard worker. Eventually, Dragon finished my base, and I have to say, he knows what he's doing clearly. He even only used barrels for storage so that the base wouldn't show up on Pyre. And look at the attention to detail. He even added a water-themed roof with actual fish. The base matched the description and picture perfectly. I was very happy with my purchase. Huge shout out to Dragon and his El Dorado store, Glorious X Store. This is the first and probably last time I buy a base on a Minecraft server though. Here are the coordinates for whoever wants it, although it's probably going to be blown up to smithereens by now. With such lucrative and seemingly active third-party markets, I had to know just how much money these sellers are making here. And fortunately, I happen to know one active IRL seller from the duping scene who asked to remain anonymous but provided me with lots of information. You see, you might notice that many of the listings for spawners and other bulk goods have no dupe in the name or description. And that's because if you can find a dupe on Donut, you can then use it to dupe up items and sell them for real money, making massive profits. As such, a lot of the IRL sellers on the server are dupe hunters who have found private exploits on the server and are using them to make money. Anywho, the individual I know who does Donut IRL trading, mostly using El Dorado, tells me he makes anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 per month, his best month being about 20k, and his most recent month, November, being almost 14k. That's more than most people make at their full-time jobs, mind you. And for some of these people, like the individual I talked to, he is putting in essentially full-time hours to make this much money. It basically is a full-time job in pay and hours for him. There are dozens of sellers on El Dorado exactly like this too. You can see many accounts here with hundreds of reviews, meaning they have been involved in hundreds, if not thousands of transactions. That website we looked at earlier called DonutMarkets.com, the website solely made for DonutSMP IRL trading, supposedly makes around 6k a week from their store, about 25k per month, making them the biggest IRL store there is. Here is another popular marketplace where items are sold, a Discord server called Donut.Market, where almost 6,000 orders in total have been fulfilled, with players creating listings for bases, farms, items and more. This Discord server also has a dedicated website whereby they reward players for promoting their store on YouTube. It's like a YouTube rank on a server, but instead it's a YouTube rank on a third-party server's IRL rule-breaking marketplace. This website even sells investment boxes, which are just shulkers with rare items that they predict will go up in value over time. And there's a good reason for that. A while ago, elytras used to sell for $20 to $30 million in-game money, but now sell for a minimum of about $250 million. And some people did invest into them early and now have made a 10 times profit. But you see, what's not well known is that there is some potentially shady business going on even further behind this IRL trading scene that most of the server isn't even aware of. Okay, so I'm going to give a disclaimer here that all the following information was provided to me by my source and I couldn't independently verify any of it myself, but as you'll soon see, there is decent evidence to support what I'm about to tell you. So, many of the popular DonutSMP sellers get their items from a bulk distributor called iLover, who has a private Discord with a few of the big IRL sellers in them. In there, he sells items like spawners and more in bulk for discounted prices, which these select individuals then resell on marketplaces to make a profit. Now, this iLover guy is interesting for a few reasons. The first being the fact that he somehow always has mass quantities of items that he sells at a discount. The second for the fact that he forces the people he sells to resell the items he sells them at a specific price, as if he wants to ensure the market doesn't crash or the economy becomes inflated. And the third for the fact that despite selling likely the most items of any individual on the server, he seemingly never gets banned. My source has iLover's Litecoin crypto address, and we can see from the transactions that this account is dealing with a lot of money very regularly. There are multiple transactions above $1,000 every day, some over $3,000 in a single transaction. A lot of money is going through this account. iLover has a minimum spend of $1,000 right now, which means that anybody who wants to buy from his supply needs to spend that amount or higher, otherwise he will not sell to them. And we can see from this Discord screenshot that was leaked to me that about a dozen people have the Super Buyer Discord role, which I was told you need to spend a minimum of $3,000 to get. He even offers a ban warranty where if you get banned, he will reimburse your items. But here's where things get even more interesting. One of the main developers of DonutSMP, Pedro, is known for banning IRL traders and has in the past supposedly given spawned-in items to iLover to find big accounts who are IRL trading and then ban them a few days later. The iLover account was supposedly an alt account of a known dupe hunter who over time became friends with Pedro, reporting dupes to him and helping him ban IRL traders. So Pedro would give iLover items to sell, iLover would make money and then in return would report the buyers to Pedro a few days later so he could ban them. Pretty straightforward. But supposedly at some point, as admitted by the dupe hunter, iLover no longer was under his control. And then not too long ago now, this clip here was recorded. Let's watch. In this clip, we have a player buying shulkers of items from iLover who mentions he will join the server to deliver the items. For some reason, the buyer happens to be dead at his base while this is happening, but has not clicked respawn, meaning he can still see around him, but to other players in the same area, he isn't visible. While on the respawn screen, he catches iLover's account placing shulkers at his base, of which remember, iLover believes nobody else is around, before teleporting away. So you might be thinking, what does this even mean? All he did was place a few shulkers, right? Well, let's take a closer look. Notice how when this account places the shulkers, his hand doesn't become empty. Here's a third-person shot of me placing shulkers in survival mode, and now here's one of me doing the same but in creative. Notice how in survival, once I place the shulker, it disappears from my hand and I have to switch to the next one in my hotbar, whereas in creative, the shulker in my hotbar remains. What this clip is showing is that this account placing the shulkers, which seems to be the iLover account, is seemingly in creative mode and isn't placing multiple individual shulkers, but one of the same one, which was likely spawned in over and over. And remember, this account iLover doesn't know that somebody else here is watching, because that player is dead and thus wouldn't be visible to him. He thinks he's alone. The only way this account could have creative mode is if someone high up with administrator permissions, like a dev, had set it to that, or was now in control of it. Now, to be clear, I won't say with 100% certainty that this is creative mode. Maybe the guy recording is lagging and it doesn't catch him switching to the other shulkers, or this account is using some mod to do something, who knows, but it seems pretty damning. This is where things begin to connect and make sense too. The iLover account having so many items to sell in bulk, him wanting to ensure the market doesn't crash by enforcing his customers not to sell too low, and the supposed ties between the account and one of the service developers, as well as iLover never getting banned despite selling colossal quantities of items. The ban warranty is also quite damning evidence too, potentially done to keep buyers trusting of iLover and continuing to buy from him on new accounts even when banned. Whoever is in control of this account is spawning in items in creative mode to sell for tens of thousands of dollars every month, a real-life infinite money glitch, or rather dupe. But that just all begs the question, why? Is this developer simply using the account to continue to try to lure IRL traders in and ban them? Is this developer trying to make a bit of extra money off spawning items on his own server? Or is there something else going on here entirely, not even related to the dev? Well, we don't know for sure, but what we do know is that the main supplier behind the biggest Minecraft black market in existence is seemingly someone with external power or abilities that is secretly manipulating and controlling the server's economy whilst making tens of thousands of dollars in the process. And that is the DonutSMP, a cool server with a multifaceted black market. Be sure to subscribe and check out my own server. Thank you all so much for watching.